Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How's it going?
Okay.
I'm good.
Can you guys have your camera on? I don't know if I
I
can't.
have it off. Do you have like that screen as well where it's like meeting topic, host name, password?
Yeah.
Okay. There.
Okay, now it's gone because I turned my camera on. Can you see me?
Yes, sir, we can.
All right. Salam, Ammar. I see sometimes you attend the ICCH, the Adhan, right? For Isha and like Maghrib. Sometimes I see you there. That's good. I know you sometimes, I've seen you sometimes you'd have like questions and stuff, but I feel like they don't really like answer questions. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them here. Yeah, usually those are just like one-way talks, just kind of like quickly get people so that they can go pray tarawih or go have iftar or whatever. So if you have any questions, yeah, just ask them here, inshallah.
No, your lips are moving, but I'm not hearing anything come out.
How many of you guys need a haircut?
Dude,
I just-
there's a reason I'm wearing this. Like
I just gave myself
my hair
one.
is just
Oh, nice. Dude, did you line yourself up?
Who, me?
never.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that looks
I
pretty
could
good.
never.
That's pretty good. I trust it is excellent, Ibrahim.
Hope it is. I haven't yet looked at the back yet, so we'll see. But I'm pretty confident.
Yeah,
It feels right.
don't worry about it. I'm sure it is.
All right, when are we gonna start?
I was thinking we could so it's still 7 to 10 days, but I think that's a good number. Honestly, like it's quality over quantity. I was thinking we'd start off with like since it's like been 3 weeks since Ramadan, just like chat a bit about like how Ramadan's going so far.
I like that.
And like if you have any plans like for the next week, like do you have like did you stay up last night, for instance? Like yes, it was tough for me because I'm usually on like an 8 to 5 schedule for work, but I tried as hard as possible to stay up last night because it was like last 10 nights and try to read Quran, pray. Even though I didn't really end up doing it, I got distracted a couple of times, to be honest. Like I called my uncle and then I just got distracted. But like, do you guys have anything planned? Like if anyone wants to talk or has anything planned, like, or has anyone like stayed up all night or like prayed Tarawih or Qiyam, just raise your hand and we can unmute you or Umar can unmute you. But yeah, also this is open to the board too. Like if any of the board is interested in like answering that question or has anything they want to share about how they're moving forward with like the rest of Ramadan and it's always for me it's always like you start off strong and then you go down and you go back up so like yeah, you guys have any tips or like anything that you're planning on doing?
Well, I usually work from 3 till midnight at the store, and so usually like I come home and it's midnight, and so there's like 4 hours left of suhoor. So I usually just stay up those 4 hours, read Quran, pray Qiyam, and it's pretty easy because like and then I usually sleep until like door time, but that's not the point. So I do get a lot done at night, and so alhamdulillah, it's like that night prayer is a lot more rewarding, and like you feel the benefits of it.
Okay, so like, how have you been breaking your fast during work though?
No, I usually I get a lunch. I get a lunch and I like aim it around iftar time.
Okay, okay.
And I live,
Does everyone else in the job know that you're fasting?
yeah, I tell them like they're like, no, how do you do that? Oh man, but yeah, they're cool.
Well, that's good, dude. That's like 2 in 1 because like first of all, you're getting edged for like struggling while fasting and working and like having a hard time eating. You're not gonna have like this big like meal. You're probably gonna have like a couple of dates and like just maybe I don't know whatever you eat. And then
Yeah,
also on the other hand, you also have like the opportunity like doing dawah. Like people are seeing you
exactly.
day
Yeah,
in day out, like persevering, struggling, you know, removing like food from your like your daily plan just because you're trying to make obey Allah and stuff. So that's awesome.
And sometimes like I'd be stocking food and I'm literally like, oh my god, I'm craving this, I'm craving that, I'm craving that. I go home and I eat and I come back and I'm like, I don't want that, I don't want this. Gets annoying.
I saw Ammar said that this year he's doing a lot of Islamic stuff except for reading Quran. So when you say Islamic stuff, like you mean like watching videos and stuff? Can you actually can we get Ammar to talk here a bit? Ammar, can you unmute him? I'd like to hear more about like why.
He is being promoted.
I'd like to hear why like he thinks he's doing like he says he's doing more Islamic stuff, but like not reading Quran, which I understand. I can kind of see how. Like I definitely see how, but I just want to get his opinion on it. Go ahead, Ammar.
Like what I mean by Islamic stuff are like probably like the azan, learning about prophets more, and then like reading more dua and all that stuff. But I don't really have like time for reading Quran, except I memorized one surah. So yeah.
That's awesome. What did you memorize?
Taqweer.
Nice. Maybe we can, if you want, you can try reading it at the end of today's session or something for us. Do you want to do that?
Okay.
Is that a bit too scary for you? I don't know.
I don't know.
No. Okay. Maybe if we have time, then we'll have you read for us, inshallah, to encourage everyone else to read Quran, and to memorize. But that's good. So you're basically like you've been reading like you've been watching like videos and like learning more about Islam and stuff, but kind of resulted in you reading less Quran.
Exactly.
So I think what I would say to you is it's good because like I mean it's obviously this is the month of Quran. This is the month where you should be reading as much Quran as possible or trying to come as close as possible to Quran. But what you're doing is indirectly bringing you closer to the Quran. Because like Ramadan is not just something that you just do and then every year you just do the same exact thing. You don't grow on it. Like this year you're learning about this stuff. You're kind of growing your ammunition or whatever. So that next year you feel more confident. Like you feel more open to like reading more Quran or reading in translation in more detail or whatever. Like you just keep building and building and building. And I've seen like in the past like 2 or 3 years myself, like I've been able to build. I mean sometimes obviously you go back, but the whole point is that like yeah, that's good that this year you kind of got like the base. Inshallah, next year you could focus more on Quran, or the year after, inshallah, as long as Allah gives us life and He guides us, inshallah, to His to Prophet Muhammad's message. Jazakallah khair. Thanks for sharing. And Ryan's like, the last 10 nights I try to make sure I pray at least 2 rak'ats for Tarawih and witr, even if I'm feeling lazy, so that he can take advantage of Laylatul Qadr. And then Yaqub was like, Sheikh Khalid, what's up? What's up, Khalid?
I'm doing good. How are you guys? Yaqub.
Are you not gonna answer, Yaqub?
Yaqub always Yaqub is always pushing my buttons. But it's not like Yaqub. I hope you're doing well, kid.
Have you seen him since you got back?
No, he lives in Portland. Like I haven't seen many people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of like you push Muaz's buttons during soccer.
Exactly. Nobody else wants to talk. I think we can start.
Yeah.
If somebody else wants to say something.
Yeah. Does anyone else kind of want to share what they have planned for the next week? Yeah, we're gonna start soon, Ryan, but we're just trying to get waiting for people to file in. Does anyone kind of want to talk about like what they have planned or what they did, for instance, like last night? Anyone stay up? Feel free to talk. Maybe Maybe there's something in it for you. I don't know. Probably. I'm not saying there is. I'm just saying. I'm trying to think. Incentivize you guys to talk. I wish I could give like virtual candy out, like virtual mini Snickers bars. But
You get a high five. That's it.
that's not, yeah. I mean, that's enough. Anyone else? No.
Whoever shares gets this.
We'll email it to you. Just the picture. Doesn't
Or how
come with
about
an
when we go
actual
back to
sticker.
like physical lessons, we'll give them more candy. Something like
Yeah.
that. Ismail 1.0. Do you want to share what you've done the past week? I'm 2.0. Ismail 1.0. Yeah, Maz has been quiet. Yeah.
Smile 1.0 is finally a teenager.
Oh, he is? He just turned
Yeah, I
13?
think his birthday was like a couple of days ago or something.
Nice. Wait, you're saying you're 2.0? I'm 2.0 because I came after. You're the original Ismail. Yeah.
He doesn't understand.
Hey, okay, come on, that's a little mean. I'm in the car right now. I'm heading home. So
Yeah, I figured you can tell from your mic. Have a
Yeah.
safe drive home. How far are you away from home?
I'm like 5 minutes. I just have to deliver a couple stuff.
No
It's a
worries.
little longer than I thought, but I'm almost home.
No worries.
He was out delivering haircuts.
Are you
Hey, you guys need a haircut after quarantine. I got you guys.
Hey, no way, dude. I might need you to hook it up.
100%. I got you.
I actually bought like a pair of clippers and they're coming in next week, but I don't know if you.
You guys have so much trust in yourself. Like I remember I took my dad used to cut my hair and I took the little razor thing from him and I literally barely touched my hair and I had a bald spot for the longest time.
Oh my
Like,
God.
so from then on, like I just avoid all that.
All right. I don't know if should you guys go ahead and wait. Ryan, what did you do with Maaz today?
Can you just unmute himself?
Brian,
Yeah,
unmute
let's just
yourself.
unmute
I
him.
didn't do anything.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm gonna come out and have to defend myself. No, but basically, I think it was someone doing like they were.
We can't hear you, by the
You're
way.
kind of breaking up.
Yeah.
Let's hear it from Ryan first, and then we'll
Yeah, I wanna hear what
once
Ryan
you
has
get
to
better
say.
internet, Maaz will hear it from
Ryan.
you.
All right.
Okay,
Right?
without being funny, Maz was gonna come at 3 to this. We were distributing meat type of thing.
Yeah.
But then by the time he was gonna come, we didn't need him, and like we already finished.
Did he come at like?
I hear you. We don't need
I
you.
don't want to hear what Muaz didn't do. I want to hear what you guys did do.
Oh, is it Taha's grandpa? A bunch of for PRC, a bunch of refugees showed up, and there was like we just gave him like meat bags for Ramadan, like
Nice.
like a chicken and like a bunch of beef and stuff like that.
Nice.
Inshallah, may Allah reward you guys.
I mean,
Afterwards, I was supposed to like deliver to the families that couldn't make it, but then they were like, "Don't come. We don't need you anymore." I was
Yeah.
like, "Cool."
I did go to a Quran competition. What did you place, Maz? First place, inshallah. No, Maz?
there was a Quran competition.
You did a MET thing, like a Zoom.
Yeah, there was it was supposed to go from 11, supposed to be from 11 to 2, and I was there till 3:30.
You were there too?
Yeah.
Dang, how did I not know about this? I would have wanted. Was
I
it like?
know,
Wait, you were
I
there?
had to like search through my emails to find it. Like I had to look for
Oh
it.
no, I found you, Ibrahim. I saw you.
Oh, you saw me? Oh, I didn't see you.
No, I saw you.
Has anyone like from the youth if you raise your hand, we'll let you talk. Has anyone done like anything like that? What we're talking about right now, like what Maz is gonna do is pass out food to refugees or something, or like pass out food to poor people during Ramadan, or had their families like give food or anything? Has anyone done that? Or actually, if you haven't, if you don't want to share because you want to keep it to yourself, that's good also. Okay, so
I
Ayan
like that.
helped. That's what there's a I don't know if you guys can correct me. I hope I'm not like I don't know if it's a hadith or subhanAllah, like I forgot, but the mentality that I have or that anyone should have when they give is that give with your right hand such that your left hand doesn't know that your
Yeah,
right
it's a
hand is giving. It's a hadith, right?
It's
Yeah.
one of the 7 people that are granted Allah's shade on the day of
That's right,
judgment.
that's right,
He's
that's right,
one
that's
who,
right.
yeah,
That's right. Do you know the hadith in Arabic, Maaz? That part of the hadith?
no.
So like what like the philosophy here is that like don't show people or don't tell people, like even if it's like your own brother. I mean honestly, like I try to avoid even telling my direct family unless you're like trying to encourage them. Like
Yeah.
just try to keep it as much as possible to yourself so that your intention is 100% clear that that you're doing it for the sake of Allah. Also if you guys are trying to win more money, like obviously you guys have a great opportunity today because there's not as many people, because we're giving out gift cards inshallah. But if you're trying to win more money, then you should participate in the last week of the Portland Islamic Trivia. They give out like a ton of $25 gift cards every week. So if you guys are trying to like buy something for Eid or something, then definitely do that. Ayan is asking, are we doing Kahoot for gift card? Not today. This is different from gift card. This is for Islamic trivia that gets posted every week. I don't know if do you know about that? Have you heard of that, Ayan? Okay, yeah. So just fill that out and then you get 25. And honestly, like based off of what I've seen, like it's basically like it's not about like it's not difficult. It's just that you have to kind of do some work to get to the answers, and through the work you kind of like benefit. So it's not that hard. So
The Quran where you like look for the verses and stuff.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's really fun. It's really cool.
Instagram. What is this?
I had to one up Yaqub.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we just posted in the chat link to the this week's trivia. Actually, this was last week, it seems, but yeah. I think you have to go to that link and then it'll take you.
That's actually 2 weeks ago. So
Oh,
but
okay.
I'll post the newer one when it's out.
Okay, it's not out yet. Okay.
Well, I'm not sure if it's out, but I'll post it when I figure out. All right, make sure to hop on the Zoom or on the Kahoot because right now we see 9 attendees and there's only 7 people in. So hop on inshallah and we can get started.
Are you running it? You've been running it. Oh.
Yeah. Also, Saif and Muhammad, if you guys are watching on the YouTube, you can hop onto the Zoom and then it won't lag, so you guys can actually watch.
Not only that,
One second.
if Mohammed, you miss out on your chance to win a gift card.
Should I just post the Zoom link on the YouTube? Because we're not
Yeah.
really.
Yeah,
okay.
post it as a comment or something so that people who are on there can join this.
All right.
Actually, wouldn't there be like a concern like anyone being able to see that and then coming?
Yeah,
on
that's the
Zoom?
problem. I could just text it to one of them.
Yeah, do
I
that.
I did that already.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. I sent them the email.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you. Go ahead.
All right. Do you guys want to get started or?
Is that everyone?
I don't see Smile 1.0.
Oh yeah, let me join.
Should I join?
Wait,
Yeah.
before we start, who made it so we can blame who for the wrong answer?
No, it was no one, not me. I mean, what? No, I'm just kidding. It was Ibrahim so graciously made one for us this week.
Yes.
Jazakallah khair, Ibrahim.
Make
And
sure
no one
to
will
read
blame
the
because-
questions.
And no one will blame him, inshallah, because we will benefit from it, inshallah.
We got a smile 1.0.
All right, I think we're ready.
Hold up. I'm making sure all the answers are correct.
No worries.
Who left?
All right. So it works. All the answers are good.
Are you good? Okay.
Yep.
All right. Do you guys want to start?
There.
All right. I'm just gonna start it in 3, 2, 1, and go. Does anyone want to read it out or?
Ramadan is like a study. No.
No. Go ahead.
It's like a study guide to practice right before a test.
I like how you put this.
Yeah, I like how it's worded.
Yeah, lots of these will lose this week, inshallah.
We'll see. And Saif Osman in number 1.
I'm already behind.
All right.
I'm kidding. I'm no offense.
You guys all understand what that a question was asking? Because we did go over it before, but I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page. If you don't understand, please put in the chat.
Basically, what you essentially, like how I understand it is that like the real test is like your whole life, and Ramadan is not the test, right? Like, so the point is to make sure that you're working hard all the time.
Exactly.
Okay.
Next.
I want to see everybody get this right. Every single time we ask this question, somebody gets it wrong. We want everybody to get it right this time.
Laylatul Qadri khayrun min blank.
Is this at least? Because technically the other ones are right too. If it's at least.
Oh, come on.
Shouldn't it?
Wait. No. If it was at most, no. At most, the other answers could be correct. If I said at most.
Okay.
What threw me off was that it said multi-select. I didn't
Yeah.
say multi-select and then only have one option.
That was a good question. Good question. Good reminder. Oh dang, yeah, I forgot. Ayan is also really good at this. What happened to Safe?
No idea.
Gone.
I want to see if you guys paid attention. Every time we ask this question, we also got it wrong. But let's make sure we're right. But we're right this time.
Oh my God, I did not read that right.
Me neither.
Wait.
True. I said true.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, I so read that wrong. Ramadan is just, I read it as Ramadan is not just about eating and drinking.
All right. So moral of the story is that the board is not always correct.
Nah,
That's a nice place.
I've seen myself. Oh, there's Safe. He's back in.
And Ismail 2.0 or ISMAIL 2.0.
I appreciate that he spells it the same way I do. Some people spell the E.
Is this all of the above?
Maybe.
Mm,
Ismail should I know the answer to this one.
Yeah.
It's definitely to lose weight. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right.
Oh, come on.
So just some it's like it's true that we do lose weight during Ramadan, but it's not why we fast during Ramadan.
I really hope you guys don't have that mindset coming into Ramadan saying time to lose
It could
weight.
be Ayana's like people
It could
have to
be
be
extra.
trolling, but it could also be that people like just see like a bunch of good looking options and then end up picking all of them just to be quick. That could be it.
A lot of people do actually end up gaining weight in Ramadan.
That is
they're up there.
true, yeah. Whenever I'm in Jordan, I always gain weight during Ramadan because I always like they have like you have iftar and then you have like sweets and then you have more sweets and then you have a big suhoor. It's so bad.
Oh my god. Omar giving hints.
That's definitely what the shaitan would tell you to do.
That's awesome.
Nice, only 2 wrong. Yeah, I think you shouldn't really aim to read 48 pages a day if you're just starting out. It's not really very
Unless
reasonable.
if you're just starting out, yeah, if you're just starting out.
If you want to start a good habit, those are the key words here.
Yeah.
It's hard to make that a habit.
Yeah.
And look at the difference between the top and then the bottom of the top 5. It's pretty big.
Oh, man. Pay attention to the question. Yes, this was a lot better than last time. Alhamdulillah.
This was the Laylatul Qadr one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Omar is in first place now.
Barely though. It's like
Yeah, that's the lead.
Read the question carefully. Read it slowly. Make sure you understand what it's asking.
Allah rewards. I really am not good at this.
So how would
I
you
read that. No. Allah rewards keeping good habits going rather than replacing bad habits with good ones.
So there is a character limit with the questions and the answers, and so I have to word it in a certain way to keep within that. So what this is asking is, if you do a good habit, does Allah reward that better than if you had a bad habit, you broke it, and you replaced it with a good one?
Oh, I understand. Yes.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
And Ismail, I think, talked about it either last week or a couple weeks ago. But because it's harder to break a bad habit, right? So because like it's ingrained in your system, and you have to go against that, and so that's why there's more reward with that than just good habits going. Even though you should keep your good habits going still, there is still reward in that.
So you're saying that with replacing bad habits, there's more of a struggle.
Yes.
And because there's more of a struggle. Go ahead, Khalid.
No, you can finish it too.
And because there's more of a struggle, you get rewarded more. And that theme comes up a lot in Islam, like, like in times of hardship or struggle, like staying steadfast and praying and giving zakat, even if you can't, or sadaqah, even if it's difficult on you, then Allah will reward you. So I see where you're coming with this. Makes sense.
Plus that, like, by killing a bad habit and replacing it with a good one, it's like two stones or two birds with one stone, because you got rid of the bad habit and you replaced it with the good habit rather than just keeping that habit. Yeah, I understand now.
All right, moving on.
Ooh.
Omar Kosovi has been dethroned.
Did that lag for anyone? The questions showing up on here. That happened to anyone else?
It did a little bit for me.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. If you guys remember Muaz's video talking about أحب الأعمال إلى الله أدومها وإن قل. The most important deeds are the small ones that are consistent, or any deed as long as it's consistent in
The
general.
most beloved to Allah. The most beloved to Allah too. Like that's our whole goal. Like in the Quran, it's mentioned many times all over the Quran. Ridwan Allah, mardatillah, like everything. It all relates to rida of Allah. And what does rida mean in Arabic? Rida means making someone happy with you, or making someone content or satisfied with you, or are happy with how you are. And something that it's also mentioned in the Quran is also rida al-walidain, which means making your parents happy. So in the same way that we want to make our parents happy with us and content, and show us that we appreciate their love and what they've done to us, make it a point to show Allah that you appreciate, you love what He has granted you in the ni'mah, and then inshallah we can all get Allah's rida and get Jannah inshallah. Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, radiyallahu anhum wa radu an. You know, this is the description of the people who believe. Allah has become content or satisfied or happy with them, and they are happy with Him because of what they gave Him, what Allah gives them, and how He will grant them Jannah inshallah.
That's beautiful.
All right, 2 questions left.
Also, whoever is the Kahoot, your mouse is in the. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but. Yeah.
So it's not the only time. You still have other times during the year
Exactly.
that you can always improve and develop more good habits. It's just that Ramadan's a good incentive to develop even more.
Exactly.
And do you throw?
Oh, by a big amount of time.
Let's go.
But it seems like Ayan might have got it wrong. But it says he got
No,
streak. Yeah.
It's a streak.
So he must have been kind of slow this time.
Or maybe he got some of them, but not all of them.
Wait a minute. When it's multi-select, you have to select all 3 of them?
Yeah.
No wonder I keep dropping after I get it right every time.
Oh, Ayan is saying it lagged, so he pressed the wrong ones.
All right, last question. If anyone selects red, I think we have indeed failed.
Red or green. Red or green.
Okay,
that was amazing. You all got that right.
Alhamdulillah, neutral.
There we go. All right. So, podium, drum roll, please. Abdurrahman in 3rd. Ayan second. And that means Omar Al-Qasabi is in 1st place, I think. Yep. It's always Omar and Abdurrahman. Congrats.
MashaAllah.
And the runners up are, let's see, skip this image.
Yaqub with good sportsmanship. Sportsman, he was like GG, good game. I appreciate that, Yaqub.
Should we view the report?
Not publicly.
No, not.
Go to questions.
Difficult questions. It seems like number 9. Oh. Number 6 was difficult. It's because I think a lot of people messed up and didn't select all of the questions. Or all the
Yeah, that
answers.
makes sense. I didn't know that you were supposed to select all of them.
This one was 66% correct. Ooh, Laylatul Qadr. A lot of people didn't get
Oh
this
man.
one. What
Okay.
else? Yeah, this one, number 6, wasn't very, was I think it confused a lot of people.
Hey, does anyone know what night of Ramadan it's gonna be tonight in the chat? Whoever, does anyone know?
20% for number 9. Whoa.
Tonight.
What's happening tonight?
No, I'm just asking, like what day, what number? Okay, so Ryan answered correctly. So tonight's the 24th. I'm just like trying to get people to. I knew the answer, but I'm just trying to get people to think. Like, so obviously we
Is it
know
really
the
the 24th day of Ramadan today?
24th night.
Oh, it's the 24th night.
Yeah.
Wait, that's today.
Yeah.
That's
No,
insane.
tonight. Yeah, tonight.
That's
Tonight is
insane.
the 24th night. Today's the 23rd day.
Yeah,
So for those of you,
that's insane.
it's crazy. Ramadan's flying by. So make sure to take advantage, especially tonight and tomorrow night, since you can sleep late, inshallah. All right. So, and that's kind of honestly related to what I wanted to talk about. We can kind of move into that. Honestly, today, my topic is more so, I just want to talk to you guys about how, we're nearing the end of Ramadan. Time is ending. We don't have that much left. It's about a week. I think Eid is supposed to be next Saturday, I think. Obviously, no one knows for sure.
I believe it's Sunday. But yeah.
Oh, Sunday. Okay. So Eid is going to be next Sunday, inshallah. So we don't have that much time left. We only have like another 7 days left. So what does that mean? So like this happens to us like every Ramadan. You kind of notice like throughout Ramadan that your relationship with Allah, like slowly it's growing. And you find that you're more punctual with your salah, like you pray, you don't miss salawat as much as a lot less than outside of Ramadan. We also like make sure that we're like monitoring the time of each salah, especially Maghrib. I bet you anything that like if I asked every single person in this chat, in the Zoom, they could tell me within like 2 or 3 minutes what time Maghrib is. And mashallah, that's great because Maghrib usually has the shortest window. And we got to make sure that we pray it on time, inshallah, because it's easy to miss.
Maghrib and Fajr.
Maghrib and Fajr, yeah, exactly. So I'm sure everyone knows when Maghrib is, and also Fajr, yeah, because that's when you stop eating, but especially Maghrib. So subhanAllah, like just this month, like other months, like, yeah, you have a general idea of like, okay, Maghrib's around like 5:30, 5:45, whatever. But now we know exactly when it is. We know exactly when Fajr is. We have a really good idea when Dhuhr, Asr, and Isha is. So Allah, like, and that's just a sign that Allah has allowed us in this month to increase in our taqwa and like in our consciousness of Him. Like we're a lot more aware of our Deen. Every day we're reminded by us fasting, by us breaking our fast, by us praying Tarawih, if we're praying Tarawih, that this month is for ibadah, it's for worship of Allah. The amount of time we read Quran, the amount of time we spend on Quran, we're listening to Quran more frequently, we're reading more frequently, we're making adhkar, we're making dua, whether it's before you break your fast or before Fajr or whenever you're making dua. Like this is the month of dua, this is the month of Quran, it's the month of ibadah, worship. So you find like at the end of this month, we're 25 days in, subhanAllah, like it's like your whole, like everything that your whole approach to your life, honestly, your life has changed during this month. And we find ourselves like praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at night, during the day, reading Quran. And subhanAllah, it's truly a sign of the blessing. And what's amazing about Ramadan is that like it gives us this ability to experience this. But the thing is that, as you all know, Ramadan is only a month in the year. It's not like, unfortunately, Ramadan isn't all 12 months. But then it kind of would lose its value. I mean, Allahu a'lam. But what I'm trying to say is that Ramadan isn't throughout the year. Like this is a select ayyam and ma'dudat. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, a number of days, not the whole year. It's a number of days, a small number of days. And that's kind of related to how, like, subhanAllah, like it's flown by. Like it's just a short number of days. It's really not that long. But the point really that I'm trying to drive home is that now that we've gotten the taste of Ramadan, and we've gotten like the beauty and the sweetness in our mouths, subhanAllah, with the Quran, with worship, with being good to family, or however that you have chosen to worship Allah during this month, whether it's, like I said, through helping your family or being nice or whatever, giving sadaqah, we have grown kind of closer to Islam, and through that, subhanallah, we're kind of reinvigorated, like we're like ready to move forward. We're ready, like after Ramadan, inshallah, we're ready to kind of hit the ground running, I hope, at least. And that's like the best thing that you can get out of Ramadan, is just like making sure that you're consistently moving forward. So the question comes up is like, what happens after Ramadan is over? Like obviously Ramadan isn't going to be the whole year, so we have to kind of come to terms like, okay, Ramadan is ending soon. So how do we answer that question? To answer that question, we kind of have to understand the purpose of Ramadan. So what is the purpose of Ramadan? Like, did Allah did he make it a requirement for us to fast just because? No. And the reason why, and it goes back to what I was saying right now, is Allah wanted us to give us the sweetness of Islam and the sweetness of ibadah and worship during this month, and then the sweetness of having God consciousness, of having taqwa of Allah. So it's kind of like this month is like kind of like a bonus. It's like an extra push that gets us, like propels us throughout the rest of the year. Allah in this month tells us that we have to limit our physical needs. We can't eat, we can't drink, we can't do other things that we normally can do. Any time of the year, it's completely legal for any Muslim to drink water. There is literally nothing wrong with drinking water. But suddenly, in the month of Ramadan, of course, if you don't have a valid excuse, suddenly in the month of Ramadan, it becomes haram on us to drink water. It becomes haram to eat, whether it's healthy food or junk food, McDonald's or like whatever it is. It's now we cannot eat that. And subhanAllah, this is kind of a reminder that during this month, we shift our focus away from our physical needs and onto our spiritual needs. We're focusing more on the spiritual aspect of things. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this month, He closes the doors for evil, He closes the doors for Jahannam, and all the shayateen are chained up, and the gates of Jannah are open, and the rewards of people are multiplied. What does that mean? That means that like this is the time to take advantage of that shift from like physical to spiritual. This is the perfect time for you to kind of get ahead of shaitan. You get that head start. Like shaitan is like, it's like, let's think of Ramadan like the start of a race. Everyone's lined up. Shaitan is there right on the line, right next to you, as he always is, trying to whisper in your ear. And the horn sounds and everyone's running forward. Some people at different speeds. But shaitan, for some reason, can't move. He's stuck there. So that amount of time that you spend in Ramadan doing ibadah or whatever, that allows you to distance shaitan. And however fast you go and however hard you work during Ramadan allows you to kind of push yourself further and further away from shaitan, so that he's further and further behind you. So that by the time Ramadan is over and shaitan is allowed to run and is allowed to catch up to you, then you're as far as possible so that you can get yourself to the next Ramadan, and then you can keep building and keep learning how to run faster or learning how to have more endurance. Like that is like a really good, I think, in my opinion, a really good example of what Ramadan is and what this hayat ad-dunya is, what this life is that it's a constant race to good. It's a constant race to good and away from evil. So like in this month, you find people who have never touched the Quran. You find people who are suddenly touching the Quran or reading the Quran or praying. Unfortunately, in the situation that we're in, like the opportunity that people who might not be as connected with their deen have to like going to the masajid, it's not there anymore. So you might find that they find that they haven't been given that opportunity. But actually, if you think about it, during this month, we also find that opportunities for evil are also reduced because of quarantine. So you never know. Like he'd be someone, he or she might be sitting in their house thinking like, oh man, I wish I could do this bad thing or go to the club or whatever tonight. But you know what? It's Ramadan and I'm Muslim. Why don't I just pick up the Quran? Why don't I try to read the Quran? So subhanAllah, there's so much blessing in this month, and like the amount of like I'm gonna miss this month, and I'm sure everyone will miss this month so much because of the sweetness that we get from it. And Allah has shown us that we have the potential. Like Allah, through this month, through us praying Taraweeh, through us fasting literally every single day, Allah has shown us that we have the potential to be able to sustain this effort, to continue after Ramadan, to be able to hold steadfast in Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's message, and to continue and to keep going. So Allah, and like essentially Allah is telling us this is not the only month where you should be doing good. It's actually the opposite. Allah encourages us to be continuous with our good deeds. And Allah and Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says, like Umar mentioned earlier, "Ahabbul a'mali adwamuha ila Allahi adwama min qalb." The most, and we've said this like a ton of times, but I think that it's really important for this, like for especially for the youth and in our day and age, like where everyone's kind of bombarded with like information, internet, distractions, that we take the most effort to put in like the very least amount of effort. And like kind of sounds contradictory, but try your hardest to be consistent, as little as that might be. It's kind of contradictory, but I hope you see what I'm trying to say. So like this is the opportunity for us to kind of start building those habits, to start building that consistency, inshallah.
I just want to. Oh.
Go ahead. Sorry. No, go ahead.
I just want to make sure that I understood what you meant about that. So
Sure.
When you meant about being consistent, even or for a little amount, you're contrasting doing a lot of good deeds and then doing a little bit, and then doing some good deeds consistently.
Yeah, like so
right?
essentially like you can look at it with like and like kind of like microscopic view of it, but you can also look at it like kind of like a high level view, in the sense that, yeah, you know, this time of your life, you know, you're 15, you're 14, you can't really invest that much effort because you don't know. You spend some time, and then next year you learn more, and you build your habits slowly and slowly. So by the time you're 35 or 40 or 25 or whatever it is, whatever age that Allah allows you to live to, by the time you're that age, you start realizing that, wallahi, like at this point, like reading the whole Quran, subhanAllah, Ramadan, something that I found almost impossible when I was 10, is so easy. Like it's just something that's kind of like a second habit. So like Allah makes things easier for you. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes everything, if it's for his rida, for his contentment, Allah makes it easy. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. This is specifically the example of the Quran. We made the Quran easy to remember. So essentially, like, is there someone who will remember? Are there people who will remember or repeat it or learn it or contemplate the Quran? So that's just an example, like Quran, Salah, Ibadah. Like it's easy to grow as long as you put in the habit, as you mentioned earlier, Ibrahim, about like building the habits. And then there's a beautiful, subhanAllah, there's a beautiful hadith of Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, where he says, and this is a translation of the hadith, I have it here. It says, observe moderation in deeds, and if that is not possible, try to be near moderation. Like, see, it's not even possible to be near moderation. It's not even possible to have moderation. Be as close as you can to get as close as you can to moderation, and understand that none amongst you can attain salvation because of his deeds alone. They said, as in the prophets, the Sahaba around Prophet ﷺ, who he was talking to, they said, "Oh Allah's Messenger, not even you." And then he said, "Not even I, but that Allah should wrap me in his mercy and grace." So what does that last part mean? Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is saying, as good as you might be, as tip top, like best, like half of Taraweeh, Quran, everything, like zakat, all your money, whatever it is, you will never enter Jannah unless Allah has written it for you. You can never attain salvation from your deeds alone. Allah's mercy and grace and Allah's rahmah is what will get you into Jannah. Okay, and that's a beautiful hadith. And you know why? It's beautiful for so many reasons, but I think the most relevant reason to us is that it kind of gives hope to the people who might not be as good or might not be as strong in their ibadah, or might not be as, you know, their taqwa is not as high, because it tells them that, yes, I know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling them, yes, you know, you're not as good as that guy who's like leading salah every day. You're not as good as that guy who's fasting Monday and Thursday or whatever. But know that if you try, if you put in an effort, if you try as close as you can, as close as possible to get to moderation, to get to like just being there for Allah, just doing the deeds that you need to do, like salah 5 times a day. And it's really not that hard. Wallahi al-alim, it's not that hard. Salah, siyam, zakat, it's not that hard. Allah will make it easy for us. You just have to put in the effort. So Allah is saying that if you put in an effort to do that, then his rahmah, his mercy will come upon you, inshallah, and then you will enter Jannah. And he's saying that you're like subhanAllah, like I mean, I feel like I've kind of driven the point home here, but I can keep going about it. But what essentially I'm trying to say is that like keep trying. Don't make things too hard on yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself, but at the same time, set lofty goals. Try to be consistent. Try to work towards your goals. Try to have this mindset and set this mindset where you're trying to obtain Allah's rida and Allah's contentment. And that's essentially what I wanted to get into today. I didn't want to get into too much details. I didn't want to get into like tips. Okay, I have this tip. Like, okay, if you read 5 times or whatever before every rak'ah, it's not like before every salah or after every salah, then maybe you can be consistent. Because the whole point is like, yeah, I can tell you read Quran after salah, and you might follow that for the next like 1 or 2 weeks after Ramadan, which you've been doing all Ramadan. But the most important thing is for you guys to understand why and what the benefit is in doing it, and what we stand to gain, and how Allah has made things easy for us moving forward. So that's my message to you guys today, inshallah.
Very well said.
What was that?
Oh, very well said.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So I mean, I encourage everyone, inshallah, to keep going. And then a really important dua to make, subhanallah, like you say, Allahumma a'inna ala dhikrika wa shukrika wa husni ibadatik. Okay, may Allah make it easy for us. May Allah make it easy on us to make dhikr. Allahumma a'inna ala dhikrika wa shukrika, and to be thankful to you. And وعلى حسن عبادتك, and to perfect our worship to you. So what does this dua really mean? This dua means like Allah knows that it's hard for us. Allah knows that it's a struggle for us to make adhkar all the time, to perfect our worship, to like, pray everything, like to pray qiyam al-layl every night. He knows that it's hard. So you're asking Allah to make it easy for you, to help you do that. And I think that's a beautiful dua, and it's a dua that it's actually one of the adhkar after salah. It's after you make it after every salah. So I encourage everyone to keep that dua in mind and make sure that you're asking Allah to help you, because it's not supposed to be easy, but it's also supposed to be easy. You know, like it's supposed to be easy to build these habits, but you have to make the investment. Like it's not that simple. Like think of it in this way. Like let's say you show up to your work and the first week you're killing it, you're getting everything done within like an hour, and then suddenly after that you're not doing anything. You stop working, whatever. That's exactly what it is with Ramadan. Like if you're killing it during Ramadan and not doing anything after, then what's the point? Alhamdulillah, I hope I got my message across to everyone. Inshallah, everyone can try to benefit as much as possible from this Ramadan, the special circumstances around this Ramadan. Open it up to the floor if anyone wants to kind of share. We're about to finish in 1 minute, but I mean, since this is our last session, I definitely want to, if you guys need to go, then feel free to leave, inshallah. But if you want to stay and kind of talk about how you want to continue these habits, then please feel free. I'd love to hear, and I'm sure all of us would love to hear what you have in mind. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.
I wanted to add a little thing that helps me like stay consistent with my deeds outside of Ramadan, and which is fasting the 3 days every month of Ayyam al-Bayt. And basically fasting those 3 days will be equal to, in narrated by Bukhari, the translation is whoever fasts 3 days in every month is equal to he's fasted the whole year. And so basically by fasting 3 months every day, your whole life, you can get the reward of fasting basically your whole life, just as Ibrahim alayhi salam did. And so, and then fasting, like apart from shaitans being locked up, fasting and like abstaining from food and drink and abstaining from those sins, fasting like keeps you pious. And so by fasting consistently throughout the year, you also build that self-control and habit of staying on the deen, inshallah. And also these last 10 days, you guys should ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for everything that you need. He answers du'as, especially in these last 10 days, and especially on the odd nights. ask him to relieve us of this coronavirus, and ask him for anything you need in life, and ask him for forgiveness, and pray for us, and pray for your parents and everybody, inshallah ta'ala.
This is the time to make dua. This is the time to pray to Allah, to ask Allah. And you should, like, obviously there's some needs that we have that are of this dunya, like, may Allah, help us on exams or like school or get into college or whatever. But your focus should be on the akhirah, on like making it to Jannah, or for Allah protecting you from like the nar or the hellfire. So encourage everyone, like these are the days of dua, of ibadah, of salah. Put in as much effort as you can, inshallah. And I saw that someone asked if this is our last session. It is during Ramadan. Next week, if I guess if Eid is on Sunday, then this will be like next week will be like the last day of Ramadan. So we're not going to have a session then, but we're going to have like kind of like a last video. Inshallah, we'll send that out. But that concludes these sessions, inshallah. Jazakallah khairan. Jazakumullah khairan for attending and for being a part of it. I know we saw the numbers kind of die down, but subhanAllah, like if you kind of relate that to how in Ramadan, in masajid, like at the start, like first day, there's such a large number of people who come, but then it kind of slowly dies down. And the group that is left at the end, inshallah, may Allah give them ajr and barakah and everything. That's the group that, Allah has seen, like they've taken advantage. They've been the most consistent. May Allah reward every single one of you who are here today. And of course, everyone else who came and everyone else, but especially you guys, because you've made the effort to attend and to benefit, inshallah. So yeah, that's all I had.
And don't leave, guys. We still have the raffle. Don't forget. We have
That's right. That's right.
$25 gift cards today.
That's right. I saw a couple people drop, so no one else, please don't drop, because we have your chances of winning are really good. Plus, I'm pretty sure some people have already won.
Yeah.
So okay, so Ayan hasn't won anything. Has anyone? Well, let's go off the. I mean, I'm sure we have the list, but going off the trust system, we can probably cross-check the list. Has anyone in here right now or has anyone in here won before, like the raffle? Not the Kahoot prize, the raffle itself.
I think like we have them like the raffle, like the setting up the names, like the names that have already been selected are just automatically taken out.
Yeah. Okay. So you want to do that? Who's gonna set the raffle up this week?
We didn't talk about that.
Omar, are you doing it or?
Yeah, I can get it. Just give me a couple seconds.
All right.
Just a quick reminder for everyone while I'm setting that up, and for the board as well. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ also said that whoever like fasts the month of Ramadan and then follows it up with 6 days of fasting in Shawwal, he'll be rewarded as if he's fasted the entire year. So we've already fasted an entire month, and Shawwal is the next month after Ramadan. So it's the month that's coming up. All you have to do is fast 6 days, and your body's already used to fasting, right? You've been doing it for a month, and you'll get the reward for an entire year. So no one, like don't let that opportunity go by for everyone here. Try to fast. You can do it like right after Eid, like all days, or you can spread it out however you want.
And I think what's really cool about that, I was gonna actually mention this, I forgot to, is that those 6 days, if you add that to the number of days in Ramadan, which is either 29 or 30 days, you get 35 days. And this is not like, I don't know if this is like an actual thing, but if you do 35 times 10, that's 350 days. And that's like the whole year, 360 days. So like, kind of like a nice way to remember, like those 6 days, inshallah, plus Ramadan will translate as if you fasted the whole year. So make sure you do that, inshallah.
Also a great habit, because we're already used to fasting all Ramadan, would be to start fasting Mondays and Thursdays, because it's a lot easier after we're used to it.
Absolutely. All right, are you setting it up, Umar?
Yeah, I just need to get their names.
By the way, I haven't won yet.
You're what?
I have not won, so I should be in that list, normal, because I wasn't in the last time.
Yes,
But
sir.
you're a panelist.
Oh, you
That's
were
Ryan.
last time. I put you in
That's
before.
Ryan. I thought it was Omar too.
I thought it was too.
No, okay. See, you were in it last time. I promise. Here's the list.
Ismail Yusuf has already won.
Yes.
Yes, he won last week. Or the week before that. I remember.
If Ferris wins again,
Wait, I don't know.
Ferris wasn't here when he won, so he didn't actually get anything.
twice.
Anybody who has no. Come on, buddy. But if you see your name on there, you know if you have won, just in case, get it out of there now.
Yeah, we're gonna go off the trust system if your name is on here. Ahmad. Jazakallah khair. Oh no, you removed 2 names. Jazakallah khair, Ahmad, for
Oh yeah, that's true. Ahmed Osman is safe and Muhammad. Okay. Save and update. Is that everyone?
oh, you misspelled I mean, doesn't matter, but I mean doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You misspelled.
Okay. Let's go. Drum roll. And Muhammad Osman.
No.
Let's go, Hamada. Number 1.
And everybody, inshallah, will be getting a $25 gift card to Amazon, was it?
Yeah.
To Amazon. And we'll email them out right after, inshallah.
And Ayan.
Yeah.
And remove. Last one. Drum roll. Omar al-Qasabi. Let's go. And I'm just trying to type them. Oh, Ismail already got them. Okay. So those are 3 winners this week. Yeah, so I'm not sure. We're not doing another Deen drop, are we?
No.
No, we just have that one video that's pre-recorded.
Yeah,
that's
just
me.
gonna do like a Eid Mubarak video. I don't know if we should. I don't think.
Oh wait, are we doing our Eid Mubarak video?
That's what we're doing for the last day, right?
Yeah,
I thought this Monday we were gonna do a normal video, and then the next week.
Oh
we
yeah,
didn't
that's
have anything recorded.
Ibrahim's video.
Yeah.
Ibrahim's video.
Hold up.
Yeah, that one should be up on Monday, inshallah. And then I'm not sure. Are we gonna do like a Eid video where like you guys just record yourself saying something and then just mix it up
Yeah,
together?
that was the plan. I just we all just do like a little snippet, welcome them or wish them a happy Eid, or wish everybody happy Eid, and then like something like that.
All right, we'll get it sorted out, inshallah, and we'll let you guys know. And we have the Zoom stuff for another month, so I guess we might make use of it after Eid. Yeah, we'll see. Does anyone have anything to ask or add? And the gift card should be sent now, so check your email.
Jazakallah khair, everyone, for attending. Inshallah, may Allah put barakah in each and every one of your last 6 days now. And Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.